Scream Factory knows how to do classic horror movies right, and lately that's no more evident than their releases like The Mole People and their Hammer films such as Frankenstein Created Woman and Dracula Prince of Darkness. But with the latest release, they are going to two of the greatest and earliest icons of the genre with the Universal Horror Collection Volume 1, which follows the 4 film pairings not dealing with Dracula or Frankenstein that Universal did with Bela Lugosi and Boris Karloff. These films were beautiful, well acted, and gave both actors an opportunity to go beyond the characters that they were world famous for, while still keeping them in the genre that we loved them in. This release covers the following movies, 2 of which were inspired, very loosely inspired, by works of Edgar Allan Poe. The Black Cat from 1934, The Raven from 1935, The Invisible Ray from 1936, and the final pairing, Black Friday from 1940. The Black Cat and The Raven are the 2 films I was most familiar with from this collection. The Black Cat would find Lugosi actually sort of heroic, if not a bit crazy, as he helps a young newlywed couple survive the menace of Karloff in a house of Art Deco horrors. David Manners would play the rather clueless husband, sort of another go at the same role he played in Dracula and The Mummy. The Raven has Lugosi being the object of obsession for the young woman whose life he saves. He quickly becomes as obsessive about her and uses Karloff as a disfigured tool to make her his forever. You can imagine how that plays out. The Invisible Ray again sees Bela Lugosi play the good guy, a rarity, but it happened, with Karloff, a radioactive nightmare he's trying to save. Black Friday is the final film in the collection, and in a switch, Karloff is the benevolent one who becomes corrupted, and Lugosi is just a straight-up gangster. I'd never seen Black Friday before, oddly enough, and even stranger is the fact that Lugosi and Karloff don't even share a scene together in it. The main role in the film goes to Stanley Ridges, who is the recipient of part of a criminal's brain. This creates a Jekyll-Hyde scenario with Ridges plays amazingly well, and with what looks like very little makeup. It's a sad fact that the actor died only a decade after this film was shot. Part of what makes this collection extra special is the fact that each disc has a part of a series called A Good Game, Karloff and Lugosi at Universal, which includes images and stories about the 2 men during this time. Other great extras include both Karloff and Lugosi reading their rendition of The Telltale Heart, vintage footage from The Black Cat, but probably my favorite extra is a film called Dreams Within a Dream, the classic cinema of Edgar Allan Poe. This is narrated by another horror icon, Doug Bradley, and shows a history of Poe from the silent era through decades of film, along with footage from them, which is amazing. The silent films are something I had never even seen before. These are films about Poe himself or inspired by his works, or both. It's actually by itself worth the price of the set to me, as it shows how long Poe's reach is through the world of cinema, with a lot of love for the Corman films and Vincent Price. And it just has so many neat, never before seen images. I'm in awe of it. Along with each film, there's a still gallery from the film itself, so you get extra images as well. This set is fantastic and belongs in the home of every horror fan and classic film fan. These movies remain beautiful in their mood, visuals, and include performances by 2 icons of Hollywood, not just horror, in their prime. Scream Factory has created something very special here. This may be my favorite release they've ever done, and that is saying something. It's a celebration of some of my favorite things in one collection: Bela Lugosi, Boris Karloff, Poe, horror, and amazing movies. Get this now. You can pre-order it on shoutfactory.com for a discounted price of $55.97, and it is well worth the cost. It will hit shelves June 18th.